Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com. The HTC Titan is the first Windows Phone 7 device to come out with a faster than 1 GHz processor. It's got a 1.5 GHz processor, it's a Qualcomm Snapdragon. Does that mean it's smoking fast? In this video we're going to find out. We're also going to cover the software on this device, talk about web browsing speed, and all that good stuff relating to software. Let's get to it. The HTC Titan is a big device, as we found out in the hardware review, and we'll put a link up on the video now and at the end of the video if you want to jump back and see everything about specifications and size and all that good stuff. It's got that 4.7-inch screen, which is absolutely huge, the largest we've ever seen for Windows Phone 7, and it really brings video and pictures to life, but it's also a little tiny bit grainy if you have very good eyesight because the pixel density is low. What HTC did is they stretched a screen with the same number of pixels, effectively making the pixels bigger. But again, it's not that big of a deal unless you have incredibly good eyesight and you can see pixels usually on whatever phone you're using right now. So let's talk about Windows Phone 7 here and talk about how fast this device is in terms of web browsing and gaming and all that good stuff. Windows Phone 7 is always fast, so the 1.5 gigahertz processor is just icing on the cake. It's of course not clocking at the full 1.5 gigahertz at all times. You just have that extra 500 megahertz for when your device demands it. Previous Windows Phone 7 devices, all of them were clocked at 1 gigahertz. So again, you get that incremental 500 megahertz there. So of course, Windows Phone 7, buttery smooth. This is the Mango version, so we get fast app switching when we tap and hold the back button. Plus, we get a lot of little tiny enhancements pretty much everywhere. One of my favorite here is the Scout feature. So wherever you are, it will pull up a map of places to eat, places to drink, things to see, things to do, places to shop, and highlights. Just a really cool feature here that makes using the device all that more interesting, especially when you travel and you're trying to find the nearest place to grab a bite, for example. Let's go back to the start screen. Of course, if we swipe to the right, we get the new search tool, and so we can search for HTC Apps, for example. And here are 3 HTC apps that come on the device, and we can go into the HTC Hub. You've seen this before. Just a really pretty weather display that shows you the forecast, and you can click on various days and get a more granular forecast. And if we go back over here and search again, we will see the other HTC apps like HTC Watch. I gotta tell you, the 4.7-inch screen makes watching videos really fantastic. And the fact that the loudspeaker on the Titan is extraordinarily loud compared to other devices makes it all the better. We just wish that there was a kickstand on this device because you really want to prop it up on a table a lot. Maybe you're showing your friend a YouTube video, or you're using HTC Watch to rent an on-demand movie. So here's HTC Watch, got that beautiful Metro interface, and we're just kind of flipping around on trailers. And what we can do is click on a trailer and we can watch it. And of course, if you have HTC Watch, you're able to download and rent on-demand movies for $3 or $4 depending on the title. And as you're going to see, the quality is great, the sound is great, a fantastic device for watching movies. Really smooth, really high FPS here. Everything looks good. The colors are crisp and clear with the Super LCD screen. They did a good job with the display. And so let's go back to the start screen. Now we're going to get into some gaming, so let's go down to games. You know, with a higher speed processor, you should see improvements in gaming. So let's go to Fruit Ninja and see if we see some good things there. And you can watch this in full time to see how fast it is. It's relatively speedy, a little bit choppy at times, oddly. So it's pretty smooth. It doesn't seem to be as smooth on an FPS basis than, say, you get on Android or iOS, but it's still quite good. So let's go back. Let's play another game real quick, just so you can get a sense for the gaming prowess here. So we'll go into games. Let's play Cro-Mag Rally. Kind of a classic racing game, one of the first to come out in the era of apps. Play game. All right, here we go. Let's play some Cro-Mag. So quite smooth. Not a dramatic improvement over what you'd get on, say, a Samsung Focus or an HTC Surround. You really get to experience the faster speed when you're in the web browser. We're going to jump into that next so you can get a sense for how fast things get in the web browser, because they get very, very fast, certainly. So let's jump into the web browser here. And it's going to open Engadget. Let's close the tabs and start fresh. And we're going to bring out the Galaxy S2, which in our tests has the fastest web browsing performance. We're actually going to run it on Opera Mobile because Opera Mobile has better performance than the stock browser in most cases. So we're really going to put the HTC Titan up against the best of the best. So let's go to Engadget.com. And we'll just go to hd.engadget.com since it's there in the memory. And we'll get this guy pointed there too. There we go. Let's see which gets there faster. Both over the same Wi-Fi network. Looks like we got a little stutter there. And we'll actually have to bring this to the desktop version. Okay, now we're on the same page. So we can move down the page on both. See, very buttery smooth. Let's get to the same image and do a pinch to zoom. Very smooth on the Galaxy S2. Extremely smooth on the Titan. It is like butter, if I can borrow that analogy. And we're going to click on this headline at the same time. See which is faster. And they're both off. A little bit slower on the first response on the Titan. You can watch the progress here and here. Okay, the Galaxy S2 finished first there. Here comes the Titan. Not too far behind, actually. You can flick down the page, and we can see all of the different images. You can zoom in. Very smooth indeed. Very big browsing experience here on the Titan thanks to that large display. Let's zoom in and get another try at speed. Boom. Okay, Galaxy S2 finished first here. Pinch to zoom, very smooth. Pinch to zoom, not as smooth actually as the Titan. It's just incredible how smooth it is on the Titan. It feels potentially better than the iPhone even, which kind of invented this pinch to zoom thing. But just very, very smooth. Let's do one more link here and to test the speed before we declare a winner here in the web browsing performance category. At the same time, going to watch a progress bar up here and down here. Finished first on the Galaxy S2. Not too far behind on the Titan. So the Titan is absolutely no slouch when it comes to web browsing. When you get the page actually loaded, that's where the Titan really shines. That's where things get extremely fast. The pinch to zoom is fantastic, moving around the page. If you go into landscape for an even wider view, it gets even better than that because you can just see more width there. So fantastic web browsing performance. Definitely that 1.5 gigahertz processor gives it a leg up on, say, other Windows Phone 7 devices that have a 1 gigahertz processor. So high marks indeed for web browsing on the HTC Titan. The large screen makes it even better because you can just see so much on the screen in such a large area. Now something else we want to cover is the camera, because HTC has done some unique things to the camera. You launch the camera through the camera app, but why not just press the dedicated camera button here on the side? And you've seen I've pressed it and nothing's happened. Well, finally something's happened. A little bit of a delay there when you press the camera button, even when you're inside of the camera application. I'll show you an example. Let's take a box here. It's the Kin box, and we'll take a picture of it. And I've pressed it. It's got a little bit of a lag, and you really didn't see it right there, but there have been a lot of missed moments because of shutter lag. I think it just has something to do with the button on the Titan, but who knows, maybe it's a software thing. We've got some cool features, so we can switch to the front-facing camera, so hey, how you doing? We go back to the rear-facing camera. We can go into Panorama Mode, which is really well done, actually. And this is kind of an HTC thing, so panorama shot. So I'm going to move the camera up so you can see what that looks like. So just a really crude demonstration here. You line it up with the horizon, you press the button, you say hold, you move it to the next dot, and it will automatically take the picture when it's arranged at the next dot. And before you know it, you get a really cool panorama. I can actually show you one I've taken already. And so here's a panorama I took earlier. Just look how beautiful the color is. The sky is crisp and blue. The trees are green. It does a really good job with panoramas. Photo quality in general is actually kind of mediocre, which is a shame because HTC really touts the camera on the Titan. It's 8 megapixels, it's got autofocus, it's got all the bells and whistles. But when it gets down to it, the photo quality isn't that good. The 720p video quality is mediocre as well. You'll see full camera and picture samples in the upcoming review on Pocketnow.com. Be sure to check the site for that. So overall, the Titan is a great Windows Phone 7 device. It's fast, just like every Windows Phone 7 device. The fastest Mango device you can buy right now. It'll be out on AT&T in the US, but if you're in the UK or in Europe, you can buy it unlocked right now for about 410 British pounds, which is around $650. You can get it over at clove.co.uk. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and be sure you watch out for the full review on Pocketnow.com coming up soon. The HTC Titan might very well be the best Windows Phone 7 device out there right now. And of course, that could change tomorrow. Thanks for watching. That's it for now.